You know that feeling, right? When everything just clicks, you're on top of your game, crushing your goals, feeling super effective.
It's like that perfect flow state, isn't it?
Exactly. And who wouldn't want more of that in their lives? Well, today we're tapping into some serious wisdom to help us get there.
Timeless wisdom, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. We're diving deep into Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book, it's not just some self-help fad.
Oh no, it's a classic. Still relevant decades later.
Totally. And in this deep dive, we're going beyond just listing the habits. We're all about practical application.
Actionable insights. How can you actually use these habits in your life?
Boom. That's it. Okay, habit 1, right off the bat. Be proactive. Sounds simple, but there's real depth here.
Oh, absolutely. Proactivity, it's not just about taking initiative. It's about a fundamental shift in mindset.
Like ditching that victim mentality.
Yes, it's about recognizing you have a choice in how you respond to anything life throws at you.
Instead of why me, it's, okay, what can I do about this?
Even if it's a tiny step. Think back to a time you felt totally stuck. Did you dwell on what you couldn't control?
Or did you look for even that smallest action to move forward? I used to get so annoyed by traffic,
Oh, tell me about it.
but then I realized I can't control the other cars. What I can control is what I listen to or leaving a bit earlier to avoid the rush. Small tweaks, but they made a difference.
It's those small shifts that add up. And that leads us beautifully into habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Visualization is key here.
Having that clear vision of where you want to go, it's like your compass, your North Star.
Covey has this amazing exercise. Imagine your own funeral. What do you want people to say about you? Really makes you think about your values, your legacy.
Wow, that's powerful. It's not about some random goal. It's about connecting with what really matters. I remember reading about this Olympic athlete who used visualization. She'd picture herself on the podium, the weight of the medal, the cheers of the crowd.
And that fueled her training, right? It's not just about the outcome, it's about who you become along the way.
So true. And speaking of the journey, that brings us to habit 3. Put first things first. Time to move from dreaming to doing.
Exactly. You've got your goals. Now you need a system to actually achieve them. Enter the Eisenhower matrix.
Okay, break it down for us. What are these quadrants all about?
We've got urgent and important, think deadlines, crises. Then there's not urgent but important, your long-term goals, planning. Urgent but not important interruptions, some meetings. And lastly, not urgent and not important distractions, time wasters.
So it's all about focusing on that second quadrant, the important but not urgent stuff.
The things that truly move you towards your goals. Think of it this way. If you spend all your time fighting fires, you'll never build a fireproof house.
Oof, that's a good one. It's so easy to get caught up in the urgent stuff, but are you actually spending your time on what's truly important? Take a second to think about that.
Yeah, where does most of your time go? Now, achieving those big goals often means working with others, which brings us to habit 4. Think win-win.
Love this one. But it can be tough to put into practice, especially when there's conflict.
It's about moving beyond that zero-sum game. No more me versus you. It's about finding that we solution.
Where everyone benefits.
Exactly. Takes more effort up front, but the rewards are worth it. Instead of arguing over chores, maybe you and your partner create a system that plays to your strengths.
It's about abundance, believing there's enough success to go around.
And that mindset shift sets the stage perfectly for the next group of habits, the ones that supercharge your interactions with others.
Ooh, can't wait to dive into those. But first, we want to hear from you.
Welcome back. So we've covered a lot of ground. From owning your choices to setting those big goals, even prioritizing tasks, making sure you're spending time on the right things.
And we wrapped up with that idea of win-win solutions.
The perfect segue to our next set of habits, the ones that really amp up your interactions.
Moving beyond just getting along to really understanding each other, collaborating on a whole new level.
And it all begins with habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This one, it's a real game changer.
It's easy to get caught in your own head, just waiting for your turn to talk. But this habit, it's all about being an active listener.
Really trying to grasp the other person's perspective. Think of it like a puzzle. Would you rather force your pieces in or try to understand how their pieces fit into the big picture?
Love that analogy. It's not about being right. It's about getting the whole picture.
Covey talks about empathetic listening. It's not just the words, it's the emotions behind them. What are they feeling? What's driving them?
I remember this time I was clashing with a colleague. So focused on my own ideas, I completely missed that he was feeling insecure about a recent project.
Ah, I see.
Once I understood where he was coming from, everything changed.
That's the power of this habit, right? It's about genuine connection. And once you have that, that's when you can tap into the power of habit 6, synergize.
Synergy, this one gets a bit of a bad rap sometimes.
For sounding a bit corporate maybe.
Yeah. But honestly, it's such a cool concept. The idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Embracing those diverse perspectives, understanding that amazing things happen when you work together.
It's like baking a cake.
Hmm.
Flour, sugar, eggs, great on their own. But put them together in just the right way, and you get something amazing.
I love that analogy. And just like a recipe, synergy has key ingredients. Open communication, respecting differences, even embracing healthy conflict.
It's not groupthink. It's about welcoming those aha moments that come from different perspectives.
Think about those innovative companies. Google, Apple, Tesla, they thrive on collaboration, bringing together people from different backgrounds.
Because you don't have all the answers yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Tapping into that collective wisdom leads to breakthroughs.
Absolutely. And that leads us to the final habit, often the most neglected, but so essential. Habit 7, sharpen the saw.
Self-care. Taking care of yourself so you can take care of everything else.
You can't pour from an empty cup, right? It's about renewing your energy, physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually.
It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind and forget about yourself.
But imagine running a marathon without breaks or refueling. Not a good strategy, right?
Definitely not. But that's what we do sometimes. Push ourselves to the limit without recharging.
So how do you sharpen the saw? What nourishes you? Could be sleep, healthy food, time in nature, meditation, music, connecting with loved ones.
It's those small choices, but done consistently.
They make a world of difference. I know, I recently added a 10-minute meditation to my mornings. The focus I feel throughout the day.
It's amazing what those little rituals can do.
Yeah.
And it's not selfish at all. When you take care of yourself, you're better able to show up for others.
It's an investment in your ability to live a truly effective life. Because it's not just about achieving things, it's about living a fulfilling life.
Wrapping up this deep dive into the 7 habits, it's amazing how connected they all are.
Right. From personal effectiveness, owning your choices, setting your course,
To mastering interactions, building those strong relationships, and then
that final piece, self-renewal, sharpening the saw, that's essential.
it really ties everything together. You can't live out these habits if you're running on empty.
Sustainable success, it comes from nurturing yourself just as much as your goals and relationships.
But it's not a checklist.
Yeah.
Check it off and you're done.
Oh, definitely not. It's a journey.
Lifelong commitment to growth, right?
Covey called it a process of renewal.
Always learning, applying, refining these principles. Some days you'll rock it, others not so much.
But the key is to just keep moving forward.
And those small choices we make each day, those are what shape our lives.
Like building a muscle. The more you practice these habits, the stronger they become.
I love that. It's not about perfection. It's about progress.
And that's what makes this so powerful. Anyone can do this.
Small steps, learning from experience, enjoying the journey.
And that journey, it's unique for everyone. We each have our own paths, our own challenges and triumphs.
But these habits, they give you a compass guiding you towards that life of purpose.
Exactly. No matter where you are on that path.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, one question for you.
What's one small but meaningful step you can take today to integrate just one of these habits?
Maybe it's reflecting on your goals for 5 minutes.
Sending a heartfelt message to someone.
Or taking a few moments for yourself to sharpen your saw.
Remember those small actions done consistently.
They can create a ripple effect, transforming your life.
Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Hope these habits inspire you on your own path to a more effective and fulfilling life.